Welcome to our season-ending show, so sit back, relax, and let us take you to the cutting edge with a look at all the latest we've had in adventure sport from around the world. We've seen some weird stuff in this series, and this lot's up there with it. No, not a tribal dance, but this might as well be, given the danger of getting this dance in the sky wrong. Vichy in central France each year is a mecca spot for skydivers who congregate to participate in an orgy of skydiving, en masse or individuals one at a time. You name it, they do it, and all at 120 kilometers an hour. It's aerial ballet, perfectly choreographed, intensively researched, and beautifully pulled off. Check it out. Time for some speed. We're about to follow 4 mountain bikers down a slippery dirt trail. These guys don't waste time with speed selection. There's only one for them: fast. The margin of error and reaction time is slight, as we'll soon see. These guys don't muck around, maximising their ability to ride on the edge of disaster. Mountain biking's come a long way in recent years, opening up all kinds of new trails and opportunity. One's skill and daring are the only obstacles to adventure. We've compiled a group of shots of some of our best snowboarding moments in a celebration of the development of the sport. It started out as the #1 threat to skiers. Now it's become a threat to parts of the mountain previously inaccessible. It's about air, attitude, and doing what you do best. Free expression in the middle of an alpine wonderland. High speed, high risk, and high elevation. Getting up there and out there. It looks awesome, but of course, it doesn't always go to plan. If you've got the skill to survive it on your own, it's never too hard to find friends to enjoy it, especially in surrounds like these. We're way above the commercial ski fields on beautiful, fresh, powdery snow, and here's how to carve it up. There she is, the big blue wave. Snowboarding and surfing. Boards have come a long way and they just keep getting better. We've been all over the South Pacific for surfing in this series, so here's a look at some of the stuff we've caught. No need for you to paddle or to battle the break. Just sit down and enjoy the ride. We're taking you inside, over the top, outside and through the middle of the Blue Tile Lounge. Surfing done Adrenalin style. Bungee jumping's now become a mainstream event and on nearly everyone's list of things to notch up on the belt when out on the adventure trail. You're looking at one of the highest bungee drops in the world. Invented in Vanuatu using vines from the forest and jumping from towers, it's come a long way. This webbing carries a load limit of 10,000 pounds. 200 foot of bungee will faithfully follow the bungee jumper, and a 4.5 times stretch gives an extended rebound ride for contemporary adrenaline seekers. Bungee's about letting go and overcoming that unnatural feeling of jumping and flying. But once you've passed the fear zone, it's a pure adrenaline joyride. Truly, bungee's an incredible sport, a suspended rubberized leap into nothing but terror and fun. High-speed adrenaline endorphins, hits of pure pleasure. Now to some more precise tests of a different skill. Out the gates, point your nose down the hill, stick your ass way out, snowboard grand slalom. Get down the hill as quick as you can. Stay on your board, upright, full speed, flex, handle the G's, get in and out the flags, and you're a winner. Take it too far to the edge, you're over, race time's gone. This is snowboarding grand slalom. All these competitors are part of the world circuit early in the season. This is the beginning of the world course events. We're in the South Island of New Zealand, competing right at the start of the season. Giant slalom on snowboards, discipline between the gates, trusting speed with a given standard, and pushing the ability of edge control to the max. Great training for those free snowboarding days. Here today are some of the best in New Zealand's national Grand Slalom event from all over Asia and the Pacific. I want to surf, but I live near the river. No problem, wakeboarding. Here's a repeat of some spins and flips from one of the world's leading wakeboarders. Take the best of snowboarding, skateboarding, surfing, and even windsurfing, and you got an awesome new sport with incredible moves, and check this for hang time. One of the more dangerous forms of climbing, ice climbing, requires extreme fitness and precise moves on walls of ice that could break off in large chunks if your weight disbursement's wrong or if you just choose to dig into the wrong bit of ice. But ice climbing is excellent training for taking on the big mountains where months of time are taken climbing mountains like Everest. And here's a look in again at some very rare footage of a group of climbers successfully climbing to the peak of Everest. As much a battle against oxygen depletion and stormy weather as meeting the challenge of climbing to the top of the world's highest rock. The goal on summit day of Everest is to make it all the way out along the main ridge from the South Pole and back down to a safer altitude. This location is often described by climbers as the death zone, a no man's land of little oxygen and no shelter from numbing cold and high winds, the final steps to the highest rock on Earth. The mystery of Everest will always lure climbers from the world over. Now here's an altitude-induced camera angle of what it looks like up there. Jet boats, river surfing, river bugs, canyoning and kayaks. River sports have never been bigger or better. Ever since the invention of the Hamilton jet engine, river travel and exploration's taken on new levels of adventure, pushing boundaries, but in recent times, a return to more simple means of getting down the river's taking hold. A body, a crash helmet, wetsuit, and a leap of faith. It's all you need as these adventurers take on grade 6 rivers, river surfing. Using a bodyboard and considerable knowledge of the flow of the river, river surfing's dangerous, but an exciting addition to river sports. This is River Bugs, a brand new invention for river travel. A major step up from the tyre tube, this fairly high-tech aquadynamic inflatable is designed to withstand whitewater rapid riding with the aid of flippers and webbed gloves to paddle with. Basically a one-person raft, you're your own boss on the river. No boat required here. Canyoning is a relatively new adventure sport and not without risk. We're moving into narrow, fast-flowing waters, pressed into canyons that are susceptible with rainstorms to short-notice flooding that would turn a thrilling ride into a life-threatening trial. It's cold. Hypothermia is a risk not worth chancing. This river's ideally suited to canyoning, with smooth surfaces to slide over and deep pools of water at the bottom. An adventure sport that's here to stay and we'll see more of. Whether you want to do it rush hour traffic jam style or going it alone, kayaking's an intense and individual sport that requires intense focus and concentration. The thought of being head down in the river is very motivating to cape aware and stay afloat topside. There are many different types of kayaks purpose-built for endurance events, triathlon, whitewater riding, sea kayaks, doubles, singles, an incredible variety to suit the many options on the water. Kayaking's about skill, pace, control, and individual effort. Now to the top of the world for some extreme cliff jumping, snowboard and ski action. Now this, believe it or not, is professional cliff jumping. Yeah, there's a world circuit, and here's where it begins, up amongst the rocks, way above the commercial ski fields. The key here is to get down the mountain fast and alive. You win points for the time you pull off, the distance dropped, and the moves you execute on the way down. It's all about getting down quick, fast, maximum distance, and doing it safely. Among these rocks, that's no easy task. Check this out. Takes a bit of thought, a lot of courage, and huge skill. Well, that's it for this series. Here's a compile of adrenalized moments. Enjoy. And we'll see you on the next series with the latest in weird, wild sports adventure on the cutting edge.